Hi there and welcome to this quick video review and comparison between the Joby Wavo Pro DS and the Joby Wavo Pro. Now these are two very similar microphones, but they do have some key differences. Joby was kind enough to send me these two microphones for the purpose of this video, and they market the Wavo Pro DS as an on-camera directional microphone for vloggers and YouTubers, whereas they market the Wavo Pro as an on-camera shotgun microphone for professional vlogging and filmmaking. Now I was a little bit confused about what exactly the differences were, so I've done some testing and had a play around with the microphones, and hopefully in this video I'm going to sum up exactly what the similarities are, but also what the differences are, and that's going to give you an idea of which microphone is more suitable for your needs. I'll also be doing a comparison with the on-camera microphone that's nearly always in my bag, and that is the Rode Video Micro. So let's begin with the Wavo Pro DS. Now the design of the unit is very good, it's nice and solid. The upper part is of all metal design and it feels very robust. It has a nice shock mount here, which then mounts obviously into your camera's cold shoe connection. The unit itself doesn't have any replaceable batteries, but it is charged via USB-C, and they reckon you will get up to 60 hours of usage out of a single charge. Now in terms of the back of the unit, this is where the majority of the controls are found. This is the power button here, which you hold in. Now once the unit is turned on, you have an LED indicator which shows you the battery life, so they're green at the moment showing it's fully charged, and that will go through amber and red. Also what's quite useful is that you'll see the two LEDs above and below the power switch, and they are very rough levels, so they will indicate whether or not your audio is clipping. So you can see they're in the green at the moment, and then if I actually tap to the capsule, you'll see there they start to go yellow, and if it's really clipping, they will turn red. So it's a useful visual indicator. I wouldn't be relying on those during a shoot. I would obviously be using the monitor on my camera and looking at the levels, but they are a very useful one just to quickly eyeball. The other controls that we have, the top one here, which doesn't have a label, but this is very handy. This allows you to record a safety track. So when the LED is illuminated, so you press it, it comes on, you are now actually recording dual channels, and the first channel is obviously at normal level and the second channel is at -10 dB. So this is really handy if you're not able to necessarily adjust your audio on the fly, you're recording a safety track, you're doing a piece to camera, and if there is clipping on the first track, you have that safety track to use during your edit. Really handy, really like that feature there. Beneath that is a low cut filter or a high pass filter, and what that does is that reduces the low frequency sound, so cuts them out. So typically sort of bassy rumbles coming from air conditioning units or traffic. So if you are shooting in those type of environments, you can enable that just by a quick press, and that will ensure that those low frequency sounds are being cut out. Now the final functionality of the Wavo Pro DS is this little button here on the side, and that's an output gain level adjuster. So you can go between +10 and +20 dB of gain. So you press it once to enable +10 dB of gain, press it again to enable +20 dB, and then a final time to turn it off. So that just allows you to really dial down the preamps in camera and use the gain here on the microphone, which is a better quality preamp, just to get cleaner audio from the microphone. Now some of the other functionality that I really like about the Wavo Pro DS is the little LED on the front of the unit. That shows you that the unit is on, so if you are doing a piece to camera and you're solo, you know that your microphone is turned on and the battery hasn't run out. One other thing I really like is the side mounting 3.5mm connector. As you can see, it comes out of the side of the unit rather than the back, and that just means that if you are using the viewfinder, you don't have that cable sticking out into your head. That's one of my biggest gripes with the Rode Video Micro, is that the connector comes out the back, and that can often stick in your forehead when you're looking through the viewfinder. So now moving over to the Wavo Pro, this is the slightly more expensive microphone, and it has all of the same functionality as the Wavo Pro DS, but it adds in a few extra features. The main one being this active noise reduction, and Joby market this as something that is useful for vloggers or people that are doing pieces to camera whilst moving. It is meant to just remove that extra bit of vibration and clunkiness that you get from moving with a microphone attached to a camera. Now in order to use this, you need to connect to the app on your smartphone or smart device, and unfortunately I had a few problems when doing this. I tried several times, but as you can see here, I wasn't able to connect my microphone to the app in any way. It connects via Bluetooth, and I went through and toggled Bluetooth on and off, reset the microphone, tried on different phone devices as well, and every time I would get through it said an update is required, and then it would try and do that, and then I would get a message saying that it's failed. So I think they need to really work on their app in this case. I'm not exactly sure how useful that active noise reduction is, but without getting it to work, I couldn't test its effectiveness. Now, the other functionality that the Wavo Pro has over the Wavo Pro DS is it has an additional 3.5mm external jack built into the base unit. And what this allows you to do is to connect another microphone. So really usefully, if you wanted to connect, say, a remote lapel mic to this and then record on camera as well as the person that you're interviewing, you can do that through this unit. So it allows you effectively to take two microphone sources, one being the unit itself, into your camera and not have the need for an external recording device. What's also really handy is that it has the +10 and +20 dB of gain for that external source as well. So you can use the preamp built into this unit to control the gain of your external microphone. Really handy. And as you can see on the other side of the unit, it has the +10 and +20 dB of gain for this unit as well. So that's really handy. If you are using multiple mics, I think that functionality alone sets it apart from the Wavo Pro DS. If you're only ever using the on-camera shotgun mic, the Wavo Pro DS will probably do the job, but having that extra input on the Wavo Pro is really interesting and really handy. One other thing to note is that the Wavo Pro does come with the addition of a dead cat. I'm not quite sure why they didn't include one with the Wavo Pro DS, but it is nice just to have that in the bag as well for those extra windy days when you just need that extra bit of protection. So now that we've done a comparison of the two units, let's just do a few quick sound tests so we can compare alongside the Rode Video Micro. So this is the Wavo Pro DS. I'm 2.5 to 3 feet away from the microphone, mounted on top of the camera, and I'm obviously in an uncontrolled street environment with sort of a moderate wind, and I'm just going to do a quick walking test. Let's do a walk and talk to camera. So check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Check 1 2. Walking with the Wavo Pro DS, talking to camera. Check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So this is now the Wavo Pro. I'm the same distance from the microphone, 2.5 to 3 feet, and same conditions. So we'll do test 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and we'll just do a quick walk and talk to camera. Check test 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. This is the Rode Video Micro, and same conditions, same distance from the microphone, and I'm going to do a walk and talk. So test 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Test 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Rode Video Micro. Just for reference, this is the onboard microphone on the Panasonic GH5, and I am talking to camera, so this is being recorded on board in the GH5, no external microphone. Check 1 2 3 4 5, and I just do a quick walk and talk. You'll be able to hear, I think, quite a lot of wind noise. Check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So I hope that video has been useful and it's highlighted some of the key differences between the Wavo Pro DS and the Wavo Pro. I think overall the sound quality coming from these mics is exceptionally good. It's as good as any on-camera mini shotgun mic that I've used before, so I have no qualms in recommending them on the quality front. In terms of the functionality, it's really up to you to decide whether or not those added functions of the Wavo Pro are going to be worth the slight extra cost, or whether or not the Wavo Pro DS does everything that you need it to do. Hopefully you found that video useful. If you've got any questions or comments on the Joby Wavo Pro or Pro DS, do drop them in the comments below. I'll do my best to get back to you. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.